All right, I am CJ, and I am going to walk you through how to make changes to the articles or blog section of your InfiniSite. First of all, make sure that you're logged into your website and then navigate to the articles page or the blog page section of your site. So once you're there, you can see here's Infini's, and we have a 2-column design. We don't have like a read more button or author or date information. So that's how we want it. But let's say you wanted 1 column, or you wanted a sidebar over here that's had categories. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. First of all, highlight over the Infini Builder, but don't click on yet. Then click on Articles, Archive, Blog, whatever it's called. It's going to say Archive right here. So we'll hit that to edit. And then we can see there's only really one element on this page, and that is this column, this post column. So right here, let me go to layout. I can see I've chosen columns. I could change this to be just list, and you'll see how this will update. We'll say that. So this puts it side by side. Let's say I wanted it that way. I could do that, and then I could change, the spacing in between, the padding internally for each of those elements, whether or not to show the featured image. Like, it's very plain. So, we can see we have comments there, and they're all 0 comments. So let's say I don't want to advertise that no one comments on my posts. I could actually turn off comments down here. Hide. And that would get rid of that. I could say I wanted to show date, though. And so you can see, hey, look, they've been posting regularly. That's nice. Someone's doing a good job there. Let's say we had, we just didn't even want to show the content. So let's hide the content. And what that does, it gets rid of the verbiage. So we could literally turn this into just a list. Let me go back to date and hide that, of article names. So if you had, let's say, like a knowledge base, this might be a good way to do it. And then, when you get down there, then we're going to want to decrease this spacing a lot, because if you were doing a knowledge base, you would not want it to be all spaced out like that. So you could do it that way. I am going to go back to columns because I like columns. But basically, however you do it, let's turn up that spacing up again. What was it, 100? Yes. And let's turn pictures on, because a picture says a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? And I want description in there also. Where is description? Content, not description. Sorry, show. And you can actually set how many words you want your description to be. So I could limit this to, let's say, 25 words. So it's just a little bit smaller. Let's take a look at this right now. So I know that's close to what we had before, but you can see I'm making changes. Now, style-wise, I can change, let's say I wanted to make a background color for any of this. I'll choose from my preset colors. Ooh, purple. I am doing this for you. This is not for me. Okay, so let's change the title to white so it stands out a little bit, and then content color. If I had the author and date, I would change that with post info color. I'm going to change the content color though, and instead of white, I'll go with like a light gray. Okay, so there's some changes. That's already looking, very different than what we had. Let's see the actual content. If I wanted to choose, let's say, instead of this, just main query means it's grabbing all the stuff that are in our blog, that's in our blog or articles like section, anything we've written. So I'm going to make this a custom query. So now I want to choose from posts, and I'm going to order descending, order by date. That means the newest thing is first. And I want to come down here to categories. And I want to match these categories. So I'm going to start typing education, and it should find, there we go, educational articles. So now it's just going to show articles for that are in the educational articles category. That's how you would do that. Pagination. So, or pagination, I don't know. We use numbers. We don't have enough articles for it to matter at this point, but you could do a load more button, which would just continually load things. And you can choose, if you want 6 posts per page, or 10 or 20, whatever you want. You can choose to show a search bar. And then that's pretty much it for this module. I'm going to go ahead and save. Now, going back to adding other things. So I'm going to go up to the little plus icon, and then instead of standard modules, which you totally can use on this, let's say you wanted to add a description. You could use the text editor and bring it up here, and it would always, whatever text you put in here, would always be there on every page. So if you had, this is the purpose of this article or these articles, blah, 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 it would always show up on every page at the top. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. But let's go to building a sidebar. So I'm going to come down to WordPress widgets. And then let's start with actually adding a search form. So this, even though we have a search form up here, this is very, very typical of a standard WordPress build. I'm going to leave the title alone. I just hit save because it says in their search. I don't think we need to give it a title. I am going to drag over, let's say, categories. And this one will automatically assign. If I don't type a title, it'll assign the category or a title to it, and it says categories. Let's also drag over recent posts. I'll put that above categories. Okay, same thing. And then let's grab archives, and we'll put that below. Again. Okay, now that's great. I've got a sidebar, but it's way too big. So I'm going to grab, either one. It doesn't matter. I can grab this down here or just one of these things. And if I grab one thing in the column, it resizes the whole column. I'm going to go for 33 1/3. There you go. On this page, I could go as small as 25%. The problem is once you get down to tablet size and smaller screens, it's going to start to be really cramped over here on the side. And we really don't want our headings, our titles, to break to 2 lines in a sidebar. So I'm going to leave that alone. But if I wanted to reorder these, I could. Move categories up top and archive below that. Okay, yeah, I like that. So, now one thing I'm feeling is a little unbalanced. I don't like this being 2 columns. So I'm going to change this to go to layout and just say this is 1 column. And save. Now, that looks much, much better. So that is very, 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 a very abbreviated version of how you can build your own articles or blog layout. Now, if you come up to, I'm actually going to discard this, but okay, thank you. If you go to your website and you try to do this, and let's just go to the articles again, make sure I'm on the right page. If I come up here, if you come up here and you don't see something that gives you the option to edit the archive or header or footer, same thing. If you don't see that, all that means is that your website is probably a couple years old and we didn't build that in there yet. So if you want it, all you have to do is shoot an email to support@infini.systems or give us a call at 833-INFINI3 and just let us know that you want that functionality, and we'll do it within a business day. And then you'll be able to make changes like that. But at the same time, if you don't want to mess with it and you just want us to do it, tell us what you want and we'll take care of it. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions, always feel free to give us a call or reach out to us through support. And I hope you have a great day.